right, everybody, we are now back with Team Liquid versus Cloud9, about to get underway in this best of three series into map number 1. Team Liquid will be your CT-sided team, Cloud9 will be your terrorist-sided team. This is for your ESWC MSI North American qualifiers to find out which team is going to get that spot for USA. The winner of this will go on. And remember, guys, between map 1 and map 2, we are going to be giving away that MSI graphics card, so stay tuned and be ready for that between these two maps. But the map 1 is already underway. Team Liquid heavy outside at the moment with a fast rotator through the Z connector into the outside bomb site. It's going to look like it's going to pay off at the moment as they have 3 stacked up in that direction. The bomb is over there at Ivy. 2 are going to be right on top of Ivy. Still trying to gunfight it out here. Nothing has really happened. Just a little bit of damage until Nitro goes down to Freakazoid. That's going to be a good opener. And another one. Nothing will take down Fugly, as it looks like C9's going to be trying to split the outside bomb site with Sean Garris coming down the ladder. The same with his teammate. Shroud has already worked his way out the connector. Adren will be the first one into Z. Freakazoid hits another headshot there, as Elige will take down Nothing in the back lanes. Now it's all going to be up to Elige, still fighting from outside the Ivy. He goes down to Freakazoid, and Freak is able to get himself a big 3K that round.
Yeah, I mean, he's been kind of quiet today, and that was like a really big pistol round from him for sure. And Cloud9 does like to use Ivy quite a lot throughout their strategies as well. Particularly on gun rounds, you'll see Nothing there, and Nothing's been hot all day long. So that could be kind of a big deal, is how well Nothing can play the Ivy side of the map, which is kind of what he's known to do. With Skadoodle also playing there with the op for picks at times, or going to connector. But we will see Liquid going ahead and getting the investment here. Armor, upgraded pistols, of course, going up against the SMGs and the 2 Galils with C9s. They're looking just to really quick split the outer bomb site. So far, an equal exchange over at ladder, but now we see Skadoodle lining up some kills. Oh, Fugly actually got a TK, never mind. I thought Skadoodle just sprayed down 2, but that's big. That's a big TK right there.
And we have Flowsick and Nitro left alive. Gonna fight it out. Nitro's able to take down Freakazoid. Can he get another one with the CZ in his hand? Left alive, 7 HP. Flashbang comes out completely blind. He does hit a good shot there. Skadoodle will be on the cleanup, though. 2K for Ska, 2K for Shroud. That's going to be 2-0 in favor of Cloud9.
Yeah, and as Cloud9 tries to search for a new home map, now that Nuke has been gone, as Joey affectionately told us earlier, I wonder if Train's the map they're trying to work on. They picked it after all, and they have some strong play on it. I'm curious if that is maybe part of their selection process as well here. If they can keep consistently putting up good T-sides, this could be a big map for them going forward, actually. Though against international competition, I'm not really sure. Like, I know VP has looked really powerful on it, so it's like Navi and some other teams. So curious to see how that all pans out. But this is the 3rd round. This should be an easy one for C9. Like, Liquid put all their investment in the last round, didn't win, so they'll just have to wait for the opening gun round before they can really contest.
So into round 3 here, it's still going to be 5-on-5 for both of these teams. Gun advantage going in favor of Cloud9. We've got some MPs coming out. We got a Galil and an AK. They're going to try to work their way into the B bomb site. Fugly's still there. His teammate Nitro also. They're both down. Skadoodle's going to catch Elige. Trying to rotate out of the Z halls into the B bomb site. Gets taken down. And they're staying perfect so far. 3-0 as we're going to hit Liquid going into their first full buy of the half.
Yeah, Nitro was really big in the Liquid's game on the CT side of holding that outer bomb site, you know, playing that outer yard and just being really, really effective there. So we'll just see what he can do. Also, Elige was pretty instrumental in that game as well, being kind of the main rotator at Z connector. He was playing with an auto sniper last game, so I'm curious if he'll eventually pick that up at some point as well. But we are going to see once again Nothing and Skadoodle heading towards Ivy. This is kind of what I was talking about. Nothing, you know, been playing really well today, and this is like the key point where he can have some big impact. But it's actually Fugly taking out Freakazoid at the connector to open things up, and Nitro not able to do really any damage there. I think he took like maybe 4 to Shroud, but nothing really too much to speak of. As C9 definitely trying to see if they can't make something happen over here at the Ivy side while Sean lurks. But look at Elige. He's so pushed up right now. He could be, you know, big later.
Yeah, he really needs to get a nice shot off there. So we're going to have Fugly and Nitro over there near Ivy right now. But as he said, Elige pushed so very far at the moment. Will he try and work this back into Whitehall's? He does have a player there that he can take down above Whitehall's, dropping his way down to possibly try and work down towards the V ramp. Smokes and flashes are coming out here at Ivy, so Fugly is going to be right there with his teammate. One's back lanes, the other one's out towards the front, more towards the old heaven side of things. Fugly's going to get flashed out of it, turns back around, able to hit the first shot out of nothing. Skadoodle steps out with the op, gets the frag. Sean Garris is going to get spotted and taken down by Adren. And the CTs have not quite rotated yet, but here comes that flank from Malige, working his way all the way back around. He's going to step out from Ivy, going to get into that one-on-one battle with Skadoodle. Skadoodle takes him down with the op. Shroud is still trying to fight here. Flowsick rotates over, sees Shroud's head for a second, doesn't look down in time though, but Nitro will collect the finalizing frag as Adren actually gets the final frag of the round to take down Skadoodle. We've actually dropped one of the C9 players.
Lloyd left, yeah. Hopefully they'll get him back. As, you know, Cloud9 is trying to force the issue over there at Ivy, but Liquid able to exchange, you know, pretty evenly. And then, of course, they caught Sean Garris lurking inner yard without him being able to do any damage. And, you know, that allowed them to have kind of equal terms whenever they went for that retake on the outer bound site after the bomb plant, and they were able to make the retake there. So, Skoodle did look a little bit better, though. I mean, he had some pretty nice op shots that round, so that's good. But they need everyone else to pitch in as well, and hopefully they can get Freakazoid back without any issue, because we definitely don't want the finals, you know, determining who's going to go to Montreal to represent USA to be, you know, plagued by issues like this. That's for sure. Not with this much on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hopefully Freak can get back in here very soon and get this back live and underway so we can continue to see if Team Liquid is going to be able to hold on here against Cloud9, or is Cloud9 going to continue to run away with some rounds here. I mean, that was a guns up round coming from both teams. Liquid had the equipment advantage though, but Cloud9 still with a little bit of cash here. I mean, you got Shroud with 7,700, Nothing with 8,200, Sean Garris with only 31, 3,200 on Skadoodle. I didn't get to see where after the beginning of that round where Freakazoid was money-wise, but I think he had an SMG still, so he may not have spent very much money into that round, so they could probably get a broken buy out of this round and try and make something happen here against Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud9 at least winning pistol. They got those 3 rounds at the very least, so that's certainly good. Like, so we've seen both these teams be able to put up good CT sides, which is pretty common on this map, but it's about who can get the better T side. And obviously, we saw Liquid have a good one today with 8 against Elevate, but C9 is also demonstrating in some of their previous games also the ability to be able to put together some T side rounds, like against, I think it's against Tempo Storm in our league. We've seen them get 12 T rounds against Method and ESCA. They also had like a big game against Immunity on Train at Gfinity. So they are also capable of constructing some T side rounds. And so it's going to be who's just a bit better in those T side rounds is going to be the key here. And Cloud9 obviously off to a kickstart with the 3, but Liquid do win the opening gun round. But C9 was able to execute and get a bomb plant. So it wasn't like a very comfortable win for Liquid, though they were able to get the retake quite easily. So, yeah, I mean, so far, it's hard to tell who really is got a slight edge or not. Even at this point, it's still really hard to determine.
So again, guys, we're in a pause now in freeze time, waiting for Freakazoid to get back into the server so we can get this back underway with round number 5. So far, it's been Cloud9 up until round 4, where Team Liquid was actually able to take them down at the outside bomb site. They still got quite a few frags there, but it wasn't quite enough, and Freakazoid ended up dropping or leaving or whatever ended up happening, but he's not here at the moment, so we're waiting for him to get back into the server. I think what we're going to do is we're going to throw it to a break while we wait for Freakazoid to get back in, get underway with round 5. Once they're ready to do that, we will bring you guys back into the game and continue the cast.
tuned in to the Monster Cat Podcast.
Stop that.
All right, everybody, welcome back here to Sevo TV. It looks like we are about to get things back underway. I'm Misled. With me is Just Moret. We have got things fixed and ready to roll. We got Freakazoid back into the server finally. We are about to go live into round number 5 in your ESWC MSI North American qualifiers to find out. We're in the grand finals right now. We're trying to find out which team is going to get that USA spot going into ESWC in Montreal.
Indeed, as we do have another gun round on our hands here. Once again, C9 trying to flood out into the outer bomb site, and so far it has been kind of an even exchange. Shroud will bring that bomb with Freakazoid over here towards Ivy, where nothing's going to be located, but heavy rotation already, and Flowsick already flanking ladder, but Sean going to try to hold that part off. As we'll see who has the better of what's about to be kind of an even 4-on-4 attack on one another here in the outer yard.
So still trying to work outside. Freakazoids are going to be out. They've had a lot of success working through. Man, working through the Ivy. That was a tough word to get out there for some reason.
Success?
But yeah, I don't know why. Ooh, a Shroud does go down to Nitro, though, so they know at least one player has worked their way out of Ivy at the moment. It's going to be a 4-on-3 battle now. Sean Garris gets lit up a little bit right there. Freak goes down to Nitro, so Nitro again playing very hot here. Sean Garris goes down to Flowsick. Now it's all going to be up to nothing. Back lanes, working all the way around. Has a good flank off on Nitro. Hits the first shot onto him with the Galil in hand. But now the CTs are all looking in that direction. You got one at the Z. You got one at T-Con. You got one up in heaven. He's pretty good and well pinned down right now. Bomb down out wide in the open. That's going to be hard to make it there. A Trend looking for that jump shot. A Trend drops down, hits the off headshot onto nothing. That makes the score 3-2 in favor of Cloud9, but Liquid is catching up.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud9 just weren't able to do anything. I mean, they got into the outer yard. They got out T-Connector and Ivy. They had a couple of guys in what used to be like that old Heaven area. And they got there, but they couldn't ever press out into the site. You already had like a Leash rotated into Heaven, you had a Dren rotated, you had Nitro rotated, and then you had Fugly on like a big flank while the other three were just sitting inside the site, just waiting for C9 to push out from their positions and actually try to go for the bomb train. And C9 could just never get out. Nitro had some really key kills there holding off those players trying to come from the Ivy direction into the site. And now C9 forced to save. They want to try to hit this inner bomb site here. They've already done some damage to Flowsick, but Nitro responds with a little bit of his own spam damage there through the wall, and now C9 will have to try to run through fire to get into inner, but it's just going to be a complete disaster here as they take a lot of damage.
Yeah, Flowsick is able to grab 2 frags there, finally gets taken down, but here comes in the rest of the crew to hero that round. Nitro and I believe that was a Dren who got in the mix there to even things out. So Cloud9 on an eco round trying to get the bomb down inside, couldn't quite make it happen thanks to Flowsick. They ended up pinching him though and taking him down right at the front of Pop Dog, but not much he could do about it. Still ended up doing just enough for his team to get the round, and we are all tied up at 3-3.
Yeah, that was big there. I mean, C9 are going to have another opportunity here. Then the Scoodle is going to have his op again, but Adren will also have his. And we do see Legion Flowsick getting very aggressive on the inner halls here. Shroud going to be kind of that guy solo on that side, but it seems like everyone's kind of gathering up in that area. So you may once again kind of see some action in the inner bomb site coming in, though that bomb still is kind of sitting towards T connector, so they could definitely still go back through ladder and hit outer actually, but Nitro playing his up close T connector position he's known for while Fugly holds the Ivy. So we'll see here. They're actually committing 2 inner for Liquid rather than kind of having a Leash just being a rotator.
So another round here. Cloud9 trying to slow things down a little bit, not trying to work that Ivy control as much, just spreading players out. They got 1 player towards Ivy, 1 is going to be watching T-Con. Then they had 3 players towards Whitehall. So now they're all kind of backing up. Shroud is just going to hang out over the top of ladder, and it looks like they're going to set this up and try and... now Shroud's moving out, actually. It was looking like for a second they were going to set this up for an outside split with more players going down ladder. Now it looks like only 1 player will be working his way down ladder. 3 will come out T-Con. 1 will work his way out Ivy. And, they're going to set up for these smokes.
Yeah, nothing will be that key guy coming out of Ivy late. He's that lurker on that side of the map whenever they're not just doing big picks through there. So we'll see if this works out. Nitro catching Strong Air's coming down ladder, though, but it's at a huge cost. Takes a lot of damage. Freak's nade might actually catch him, but no, he's able to get away, and this rotation from Liquid is on point right now.
Yeah, they were absolutely ready for this, so it's going to be up to Shroud and Skadoodle. There goes Shroud down to Nitro, and again, we're seeing the Nitro Clinic. Fugly's going to peek out. Skadoodle hits the option, going to run his way back down Ivy to get away here, but he does have players trying to cut him off, and yeah, he's going to be ready for that. He does not want to lose this op, so he's going to hang out and wait. They know that he's trying to save his op. They're not going to get too aggressive. They don't really have time to get up on him anyways, and Team Liquid will take the lead. As I said, Nitro show once again. This time, though, Elige not right behind him or right even with him with frags this time.
Yeah, like I said, we're seeing Liquid just adjust really, really well to what C9's doing. They have a good CT side. They have good positioning. They've been kind of dedicating Elige towards inner a bit more heavy than just being like a complete rotator, which means that they're going to be able to gear up immediately for this hit down the lower.
Oh, man. Sean Garrett's right there trying to push his way down. There they go. They're going to commit down. Oh, kind of. Actually, Hughes that smoke to bail backwards, so they're just going to be hanging out now, waiting back a little deep, possibly going to try and rotate this back, maybe send somebody down through the ladder room, as Shroud is just going to be watching that ladder right now. Smoke is going to come in from outside. I believe that was Nitro who threw that, but Freakazoid sitting here playing that angle, that boost up spot. That's interesting. Going to try and make that happen for himself. I don't know if it's going to work out. We got Skadoodle right there trying to use the boost. Also, nothing is using himself as a ladder so he can try and peek through the window. I don't really know how much.
It's like a little cherry picker, man.
Yeah.
Like, just, kind of sliding across. And I've seen that used a bit. I've never seen it actually be successful, so I would love to see someone hit it. But, oh, man, that's so unfortunate. As soon as Elise tries to turn away just to rotate, he gets caught in the back of the head by Skadoodle's op. That's a big kill there. But, oh, Shonker's just cratered down the ladder.
Oh, goodness.
And now it's a 3-on-2 in favor of Liquid because of that.
And Fugly's going to try and push his way up. Can he take down Skadoodle? Skadoodle was not ready for that at all. That's going to leave Shroud all by himself. And the op comes out for a Dren. Hits the shot onto Shroud. That's a 2K. And Liquid is now, they're kind of on a freight train path here. That's 5 unanswered rounds in a row for Liquid.
I mean, Skadoodle was doing work there. He had a couple of nice op picks, but And Sean Gares, like I said, he created the death, and then the other rest of the team was also kind of falling apart there. So just couldn't get it going. They still do have a full buy this round. They still have Scooter with the op. Like I said, nothing in some of the games I've seen where they've had 6 with T-sides, he's been really big over on the Ivy side of the map. So I want to see if he can maybe, get something going here for his team over on the Ivy. But it seems like, once again, they're just kind of gearing up for some type of outer split. They definitely have the appropriate smokes to try to push out, but so far they haven't been able to get the kills. Nitro's been quite good, and he's going to be good once again here, getting help from Fugly as well.
Yeah, Fugly rotating his way in from the back of Ivy at that back lanes area to get a frag there. Touchdown grenade from John Garris. Skadoodle pulls out his own op, able to get a shot off there. Adren down to 24 HP. Fugly at 19. So they're down decently low here. Shroud at 77, Sean Garris at 95, Skadoodle up high. Still just waiting for Skadoodle here to try and open things up a little bit more. Hits the seam shot right there, takes down Fugly. That's going to be a big opener at the outside bomb site. Now the CTs are actually rotating their way. One is rotating back lanes. That's going to be Flowsick. He's going to walk right out directly into Skadoodle, and he hits the op shot. And that's the Skadoodle we're used to seeing, as Sean Garris will close down the round, removing Adren. And just like that, 5 unanswered rounds. Now Cloud9 gets back on the board, all thanks in part to Skadoodle there with amazing op shots outside.
Yeah, because, I mean, C9 had the proper smokes to hit the outer bomb site. They have some good smokes over by Z-Connector and the A-Train, as well as blocking off Ivy. So it's all about these battles in open space, which is exactly where Skadoodle can take the op and make an impact with it. But it's also where Nitro thrives as a player. Like, he's known for being able to entry in open space on the T side, and on the CT side, you give him some ability to move around. He can be really effective with his aim, and that's why he's had such a good game over here so far on the CT side for this team. And he's had a good games all day long, actually, too. So he's just overall, been on point today, which is definitely good for Liquid. That's kind of their key player, one of their stars to do something for him. But we have a close game here on our hands, 5-4. We kind of talked about how there was a chance that this would be close, and we're going to see Skadoodle, looking for just make sure no one's pushing T-Connector while he does have nothing in company. Once again, kind of working that Ivy Shroud solo in the inner hall. So it looks like they're going to go for an outer split yet again, but a lot more emphasis on Ivy this time. So double op setup too, actually, for C9. I just noticed that Sean will have his op and Skadoodle will have it over at Ivy.
So Adren with the op in his hands, making a little bit of noise here. It looks like they're going to be geared up for outside. They're going to try and force 3 men through the Ivy. The number 5 player of Fugly will be in that direction, waiting for it, though. Oh, Sean Garris trying to play that angle. If anyone's going to go for the peak, Adren misses his first shot out the ladder. That's going to be Shroud. Smoke goes out. Ooh. And look at Adren hitting the man trying to boost the opper there. There goes Freakazoid, as Skadoodle was trying to use him as a boost to try and jump up and see if he can get anybody. And Fugly is able to get himself 2, working his way all the way into the T-Con. And now Adren looking for nothing, hits the shot. That's going to be op down. So once again, Skadoodle has a tough road to climb here. He does have that op in his hands, worked his way back towards Ivy. Looks like he's committed to the save. Time running out. So he's going to try and live here. But they're going to go on the hunt for him, possibly. But he does have that op. Dangerous with it. And yeah, Nitro is going right out around the corner. Ends up hitting the headshot.
That's big.
So Skadoodle will not be able to save. And that is going to hurt him quite a bit economy-wise.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, they could still get him an op, but it would cost a lot of money. Looks like they're going to have to take a save this round, so likely Liquid 7-4. And so far, these heavy Ivy hits that C9 have tried to put together, they did it on the pistol round. I think they've done it 2 gun rounds now, that one and the other one we've seen earlier, and it's just not been successful for them. Or I guess they did win pistol, didn't they? So it worked there, but they've tried it a couple of gun rounds, and neither one has been successful. Like the Dren just reacting really well. I mean, I think he got an op through the smoke there on Freaka, so that was kind of crazy. And Fugly has been so good on these flanks, like from inner, because they've been able to kind of get, people down the ladder. They're able to get Fugly through inner and get him like really quick behind T-Connector and some big flanks, and that's also been pretty big for Liquid as well. And it just seems like Lost School is definitely putting in work with the op right now. Some of these other guys that they normally rely on, like Freakazoid, like Nothing, they're having off games again here on Train so far on the T side. They need to pick it up. At least one of them does, to help give C9 some extra firepower on some of these site takes.
Yeah, and one thing that we haven't seen earlier was the Nitro and Elige show. Elige only with 2 frags at the moment. Actually, the big step up here is coming from Adren and Fugly, who weren't playing the absolute great. Adren was playing good earlier. Fugly wasn't playing amazing, but now both of them are really stepping up here. And that's allowing Elige to kind of kind of sit back a little bit, kind of take a break almost on the fragging. They don't really necessarily need it. I mean, they have the 2-round advantage now, but they definitely don't want to allow Cloud9 to get any more rounds as terrorists on this map.
Well, right. I mean, Eli's just playing that main rotation position between the 2 bomb sites. And that's always going to be like one of the spots that may have a tough time, you know, because you're always rotating into a disadvantage probably when you are moving. But here he's holding the inner bomb site quite firm at the back of Pop.
Oh,
he will get one.
Push him.
Yeah, going to chase him. He does get that M4. And this is probably going to be a bomb plant because of that. But no, never mind. Flosick playing the bomb train and not going to allow it to happen. But Free gets a knife kill. So there's a little bit of money at least for that individually, but Flosick definitely doing a great job playing inside the bomb train to, you know, prevent any type of plant from going down. So
yeah,
there you have it.
was ready for that. He wasn't even messing around. He knew that he was getting hunted down by a Freakazoid. He just wanted to prevent that bomb plant, so he ends up jumping to try and make it around that corner in time before he went down. Ends up hitting the spray in the air to prevent the bomb from going down. That did allow Freakazoid to get the knife off on him, but I don't think he really cared at that point because he did prevent the bomb plant. Didn't allow Cloud9 to get a little bit of a boost to their economy.
Yeah, once again, this aggression inner halls here from Liquid, and in fact, Adren's going to be there too with the odds. They're leaving Outer pretty open, but they know they like to lurk here. But Sean's going to pick up both of the pushes so far. That's huge. Adren only able to get one, and this means Sean can alert them. Hey guys, Outer is really exposed. Here's your shot, and now they're going to just start pouring out because of that. So Sean came up pretty big there. Good kills and able to communicate the vulnerable Outer bomb site.
Yeah, Sean Garrett's getting 2 shrouds, able to get in there. Freakazoid gets one. Adren now with the op in his hand, hits the first shot. He's got to get right around the corner, hits the secondary shot. How did he do that? But Skadoodle's got a beat on him. Skadoodle has to drop down. And now Adren into a 1 versus 2. This would be a 1v4 clutch if he's able to get it. He's able to get the 3rd man, or excuse me, the 4th man. So all he's got to do is beat Skadoodle here. Throws the smoke down. Does he go for it? Yeah, no. Fakes off of it. Looking to see if Skadoodle's going to peek out. Skadoodle's going to try and wrap his way around. Adren's looking for him. Going to throw the flashbang, commit to the shot. Hits the shot! And oh my goodness, he just got the ace.
He just got it?
He doesn't have time to get the defuse, though. It took too long. That would have been a 1v4 ace clutch for the defuse. Couldn't get it done in time, though.
And I mean, that's one of the other stories about Liquid is like some of the struggles that Adren's had for this team on LAN, you know, at Face It and Gfinity. But throughout this entire qualification process for ESWC, he has been really, really on point with the op. We saw it against Elevate on a couple of maps. We're seeing it now here on the CT side of Train. And this is so unfortunate he didn't have just another second. You know, that would have been a crazy ace clutch for him. But Skadoodle, you know, kills the clock for just long enough to ensure a victory there on that timer on the bomb. So it is Cloud9 still doing okay with 5 rounds, with 12 rounds played. I mean, if they can just get 1 or 2 more, they'll probably feel pretty good with this half, actually, as they are once again going to try to go for this heavy Ivy. So far, this has not been fruitful for them. They've been getting shut down pretty much every time they've tried this tactic, but we'll see if it pans out a little bit better this time around.
So into round 13 now, Liquid with that 7-5 advantage here. Almost could have made that 8-4 scoreline, but Adren couldn't quite get it done in time as Nitro and Fugly are opening up the round. Shroud will finally answer. Same with Elige getting in there, using the CC75 to get the headshot. Skadoodle's right there, gun in hand. There goes Shroud. So now it's all up to Skadoodle to try and do this. He does have an AK that was picked up. He's over by Ivy. On top of the bomb, steps out. Elige will get the frag onto him. 2K for Elige, 2K for Nitro. That will make it 8-5 now in favor of Liquid, who has officially won the half. And the best Cloud9 can hope for is 7 rounds in their favor if they win out.
Nitro's is playing the outer yard, so like I said, he's so good in these big open areas, and I mean, he's been able to hold off T-connector pushes. He's been able to work with Fugly to hold off any type of Ivy pressure. This has been pretty much the story all half long when it's come down to the gun rounds, and I mean, he's got 15 frags in this half. He's definitely played really, really well. Like you said, it's allowed people like Elige, who's kind of rotating from inner, not to have to worry about much. Most of the work is done by the time he gets there. And it's really just off the back of Nitro playing quite well with the rifle, and obviously Adren, you know, having some pretty sick rounds with the op from time to time as well. As C9 forced to stay for the last round. Looks like they're just going to try to waterfall out of upper inner, it looks like, and just see if they can't get a quick bomb plant.
But Flosick is right there. Same with Nitro. They're going to team up. They're going to shut that down. Adren comes in, for the final frag of that round. 2K for Flowstick, 2K for Nitro. As I said, Adren getting the final frag of the round. That makes it 9-5 as we hit the last round of the half. So Cloud9 would like to get 6 rounds, and Liquid would love to escape here. CT side with 10 in their favor. And
Yeah, so we have
another pause coming out from C9.
Yeah, looks like Friggerzoid's having some ping issues again. So that's definitely one factor there that we have to take into account. But like you said, last round of the half, if C9 can somehow still find this round, we may still have a decent half out of them. But unfortunately for them, they only have 3 Galils and AK and a Tech 9, so it's not really a full buy. But if they can somehow find a way to still, grind out this round, they'll still be okay. I mean, 6 rounds from T-side train, nothing to be ashamed of. Even 5's like okay, it's still winnable. But look at this big push Ivy. Liquid changing the pace real heavy. That's the first time I've ever seen them push Ivy like that this entire game. Just catching C9 completely off guard. And now Elige is able to, fill the gap, holding off the T-connector push as well. So just all in all, a good hold for Liquid as now it's going to be a 2v3.
Ooh, Shroud is able to pick up one, able to pick up another right there. That's going to be a 2K on the round for him. It's going to put Flowstick into a tough position. Needs to hit Shroud immediately. Now that they know where the CT is, he's able to work his way out. That's what used to be the E-Box. He's able to take down Skadoodle, so he's going to go against Shroud here. Gets on the back of that train. Boosts himself up a little bit. He's going to look for Shroud to try and cross. Gets the shot off and the headshot. That will make it 10-5 in favor of Liquid as we hit the half here. Remember, this is best of 3, right. ESWC, MSI, North American qualifiers, grand finals to figure out who is going to get the spot for USA in the ESWC Montreal.
That's exactly right. As of course, there's going to be a Canadian qualifier as well. So NA does get 2 slots, but this is the USA qualifier. Most of the North American top pro teams are predominantly American players. Like I know C9 has Shroud. That's the one Canadian that they have. Liquid, I don't think they have any Canadians now anymore. I think Dabs was the only one, and he's no longer playing with them, so that's it for them. And then Luminosity has no Canadians either, I don't guess. I know Anger and Pit are living in Canada. They may have 1 Canadian, but all of them are pretty much North American American or Swedish. So a lot of these top teams I don't think they're eligible for the Canadian one. I think it's going to be mostly teams like Affinity and Ace Gaming and some of these other guys that may be kind of your favorites for the Canada slot. But either way, yeah, this is a chance to play in a really big tournament. I mean, ESWC, it's the one tournament we know that's going to happen every year where it's the World Cup of esports, just like the World Cup in soccer. So it's really cool to see teams that represent their countries and be able to go to a big land like that. It has that big national pride kind of feel to it. And Liquid off to a good start here on Train, but we know this is a CT-sided map, so it's not out of the question that that C9 couldn't also put together some double-digit rounds and either still win this thing or maybe force an overtime or something.
So here we go. Start of second half here, guys. And remember, when this map ends during that break time, we will be giving away that MSI graphics card. So make sure you guys are hanging out and ready for that in chat. So between this map and the next one, we will be giving that away. But we are now back into the game here. Halftime is over. Team Liquid versus Cloud9. Team Liquid with that 5-round advantage over Cloud9 as we switch things up. So it's Cloud9's turn here to try and put this game together on CT side and prevent Liquid from running away with a map 1 victory.
Yeah, I mean, you see Liquid just playing really spread out right now, just looking to see if there's going to be any type of aggression, anybody pushing Ivy for information, just making sure that C9's not going to, just try to get on the offensive early for early information or early picks. And now they'll kind of start working into what they actually want to run. They don't have any nades, though. Well, except for Nitro has 1 smoke and 1 flash. So that's going to be pretty much all the nades they have to use. They're going to try to split the outer yard. Plus, it gets 1 pick, but Sean trades it right back. So here comes the big take. I mean, Liquid just pushing relentless through the outer yard, and so far they have the advantage.
So we've lost Friggerzoid, we've lost nothing. Skadoodle is able to take down Nitro, so they're still in this round. They've even things up at a 3-on-3, but here comes the Ivy rotate. The number 5 man of Fugly has to pick this up, and Sean Garris is right there. Luckily escapes, doesn't take too much damage, goes down to 76. Oh man, that could have been bad on that jump, but Elige is able to take down the first one. Can he take down the second? And he will. It's all up to Sean Garris, and he goes down at the end of that exchange to Adren. So Liquid picks up a pistol round. That will make it 11-5.
So both teams winning their T-side pistol, but the difference is Liquid with that can jump up to a quick 13-5, and that's obviously gonna be like really devastating for C9 for Liquid to get that close to winning the game that one-sided on a map like this, where C9's definitely shown some capability on it. They've had some games where they've had big T sides. This round, game they're limited to 5 rounds on the T side, which is still okay, but they got to get it together on the CT side. It looks like they're gonna have to wait for the first gun round to try to start establishing themselves. As once again, Freakazoid having some net issues here, so taking another pause again.
Yeah, so hopefully they can get this issue sorted out quickly here, because I know Freakazoid's been having quite a bit of issues. Hopefully get his net fixed, get him able to play, and not be playing with a lot of lag here, because I know it's very frustrating to have one of your players not able to get anything going, because it's basically like playing with a bot, because he's lagging so unbelievably hard. But hopefully we can get that done and quickly resolved here for Freakazoid, so we can keep map number 1 rolling.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've done pretty good today, so hopefully we're not going to have too much of a big delay. We already had to make some exceptions for some other leagues, and obviously we had to wait for the proper scheduled time to start games and stuff like that. So I'm glad that all of you have been patient with us. By the way, we definitely appreciate that. But hopefully we're gonna get through this thing and not have too many more issues.
Yeah, hopefully it goes away quicker. So once again, guys, we are just waiting for Freakazoid's internet to stabilize so he can be okay and ready to roll here. And yeah, he's starting to get a little more. Elise, ask them to stop.
That'll work. I mean, has anyone ever tried? Maybe that would actually work.
I don't know.
Don't think so.
I don't think that would work. I mean, maybe I guess hit them up and find out and just be like, you guys want to stop and kick back a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, maybe there's like a nice DDoSer out there that would actually listen to reason like that.
Probably a nice DDoSer.
Listen, one can be hopeful.
Thing?
Probably
is that a real thing?
No, it's not.
So Fugly
also having issues, apparently.
Huh. So Fugly had to leave and come back, or he should be back soon. So now we're gonna wait on Fugly to reconnect, and Freakazoid's ping seems to be a little bit more balanced, but we don't quite know for sure if it's gonna be okay yet. So I think what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna throw it to a break while we wait for these guys to get completely sorted out here. Then we will come back live once all 5 are in and we are unpaused. We will get this live and rolling again. Just out. All right, everybody, we are now back here with SEMO TV. I'm your host, Misled, with Dust Moret, and we are getting back live and underway.
Hold on. Joey, can you confirm or deny whether or not that was hooked? Might have been on stream? Okay. I don't know if you guys heard something really hilarious or not, so that you missed it if you did. Nothing happened?
Nothing.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Alrighty then.
We're back into round 17 here. Nothing has opened it up, taking down Nitros. And now Freakazoid is able to get him, or excuse me, Flowsick takes down Freakazoid. I thought he was going to collect that frag, couldn't quite get it. Elise will take down Shroud. There's Nothing finally getting one of his own. Actually, that makes it 2 for him on the round as he takes down a Dread. Can he get Fugly? Also can't quite do it. So it's going to be Fugly versus Sean Gares in a 1 versus 1. And Sean Gares is going to fake that defuse attempt. Fugly is right there. Fail grenade. Sean's going to smoke himself out, possibly. No, he's going to step out wide. Fugly knows it, so Fugly's going to re-peek again. No, Sean's not on the bomb, just waiting. Sees him through the seam of the smoke, takes him down. That's going to be Liquid going up 12-5.
So apparently all chat heard was me laughing like an idiot.
Okay,
so
perfect.
You still won. Exactly. Perfect for you, right? So yeah, Liquid not comfortably winning that round, though. It came down to a 1 versus 1, so a little bit dangerous, but still they're in good position to go ahead and get that 13-5 lead down. Like I said, once you get past that second round hurdle, typically that third round is usually pretty easy to clinch up, and so we should see this 13-5 coming any minute now. C9 is trying to 5-stack the outer bomb side, just get as aggressive as possible, but Fugly and Nitro and Elise, holding it off pretty well. I can understand the gamble there from C9, but it just didn't work out, and so it's going to be 13-5.
Yeah, they tried to commit there, tried to make something happen, but Team Liquid was all over the top of it. They had the rifle advantage. They were easily able to get those frags. That makes it 13-5 now. And as you can see on the other side of things, Cloud9 going to have to buy up here, and it's not going to be the most solid buy in the world, but they got to commit to it either way.
Yeah, they do have M4s across the board here, and they have, a decent amount of nades, and you don't necessarily need head armor on the CT side, but Scoodle's not going to have the op, and that's kind of a big deal because he's been playing quite well with it this game on the T side. He had a lot of influence in some of the rounds that they were able to get out of those 5, so that's definitely big. And Shroud, that solo inner player is going to be called on here as we have a couple of guys trying to attack into upper. And, Nothing and Scoodle kind of the main rotators here between the sites. Sean and Nothing trying to see if they can hold this outer. And we do see that bomb on a leash kind of slipping towards inner just a bit, but definitely still had that opportunity to come down ladder and split the outer bomb site. So no real commitment here from Liquid, just kind of feeling things out in their first T-gun round.
Just sitting back, playing the fact that they have the advantage round-wise here. They have a little bit to play with. They do not want to give Cloud9 any foothold, though. They don't want to let them start switching the momentum back in their favor. So they're going to commit everything they can to try and make a pick happen here. They're going to throw a smoke down deep into the back. They're going to execute down the ramp. Skadoodle's going to be right there. Shroud is there. Also, Shroud goes down to a leash. Skadoodle on the trade out. Nitro will take down Skadoodle. Here comes the rotate from the rest of the CTs, though. Oh, man. Look at Flowsick pushing up through the smoke. Will he get this shot off? He's just going to hang out right there. Fugly goes down also. So now it's all up to Flowsick here. And Nitro gets pushed. So Flowsick hiding in the smoke has to make something happen. Sean Gares doesn't look for him. He's got his back turned. He's going to walk out of the smoke, but he's got a CT right above him. So he's got to be super careful here. Flowsick goes down as Freakazoid will be able to defuse that bomb. So Cloud9 will get around on the board here in second half.
Yeah, so despite Shroud getting busted by Elise and not being able to get any kills on the initial inner bomb site execution, just a good retake from C9. Nothing had 2 big kills. He also picked up on that flank that Fugly was trying to throw down, so that was a really key kill there. And then, as you said, Flowstick, trying to be ninja inside that smoke up against the Z connector, but his teammates were falling all around him as he tried to make that play, and by the time he could get something going, he was in a 1 versus 3. And he did get caught there eventually. So just a good retake there from C9 for sure all across the board. Just being aware of the flank and all the different spots that Liquid was holding and being able to effectively take him out and get that defuse. And that's big for C9. Finally, they had some success underneath their belt in this half. And now they just have to try to keep working, see if they can't make the comeback. They need 7 more rounds to tie this thing up at 13 all. And obviously, if they let C9 get any rounds, and that changes. But that's what they're aiming for right now. It's just 7 in a row.
So Liquid here into round number 20. They have 13 in their favor. They're going to commit to inside once again. This time they're not going to have anybody in to try and get a flank off. They're just going to barrel their way in. Once again, bomb goes down and Dren gets taken down by Skadoodle. He's not able to grab any more as Fugly and Flowsick both get frags of their own. Freakazoid trying to fight against Elige, and Elige falls off that train. Ends up getting burned down by it, and there goes a Molotov towards Nitro. So it's going to be 3 men trying to hold this bomb plant. Freakazoid's going to rotate up. Molotov goes in. Freakazoid's getting burned right there. Doesn't really matter. Actually avoids it. Only takes 12 damage, essentially. So Fugly up top. He will get cut down by Sean Garris. And again, Freakazoid will get another defuse at the inside bomb site, making this 13-7 in favor of Liquid.
So, yeah, C9 just, climbing back into this game, trying to make that comeback dream alive. They are going to force Liquid onto a save this round. So a great opportunity to get that in round number 8 and just be 5 away from trying to tie this thing back up. And we talked about how both these teams have had very capable CT sides in all their past matches on Train. Just who could get that, a proper amount of T rounds. And we saw against Elevate, Liquid were able to pull up 8. We've also seen C9 have some monster games on T side against some tier 2 teams. But for that first half, Cloud9 got 5. So not quite as good as some of their big T sides, but still respectable amount of rounds for T-side Train. Can Liquid do more than that? Because honestly, for Cloud9's 5, that was 3 of them were based off a winning pistol, right? So they only got 2 actual gun rounds on T-side. Now Liquid, same boat. They got the 3 rounds from winning pistol. How many gun rounds can they find? So far, it's been none, but they've only had 2 shots at it. So this round, probably going to not really be a true shot just because they don't have any guns. So it's probably a 3rd one down the drain. So yeah, can Liquid put together more than 2 gun rounds by the time this half is up? That's the big question.
So again, we're into pause now on the freeze time because Freakazoid having internet issues again. It looks like his ping is slowly calming back down though, back to a respectable level that he will be able to play with. So this pause should end.
This is
quickly.
This is like the petty crime version of DDoSing right here.
Yeah, the just super annoying one. Like, yeah, I'll let you play a round or 2, and then I got you for half a round. I don't even know. Like, it's unbelievably annoying though.
It's like where I grow up at. It's like pretty humid, mosquitoes, and it's like working out in the yard and getting bit by a mosquito every now and then. That's what level this is. That level of annoyance. It's still annoying enough to make you have to take a second and deal with it, but yeah.
His ping is still pretty high at the moment. I mean, he's floating around 90 almost all the time, which is interesting. I wonder where the server's at, but whatever. So
it makes me wonder if it's like more of a routing issue to the server than actually something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious because he is pinging really high naturally anyways. And Skadoodle, though, opens up the round. It's going to be an eco coming from Team Liquid. They got some upgraded pistols here. Nitro already down. Fugly trying to work that deagle there against Sean Garris. Gets some damage. Not able to take him down just yet. Sean Garris is going to peek back towards Ivy. End up getting 2 frags, and Freakazoid and nothing will collect the other 2 needed in the round. 2K for Sean Garris. Nothing Freakazoid and Skadoodle get the other ones. That'll make it 13-8 in favor of Team Liquid.
In flavor? What kind of
flavor of Team Liquid.
About here? What
they
flavor?
got more flavor than any MC.
I mean, Liquid.
Yeah, that
they
just
have
happened.
Different flavors of Liquid.
Yeah, more flavor than any MC.
I hear you prefer the beer flavored version of Liquid. So do I.
I don't consume adult beverages, sir.
Oh, okay. That's just me. I'm sorry, bud. I mistook you for someone else. So we are going to have another even gun round coming up here. Shroud getting aggressive this time around at the upper ender, and he will find a pick for his troubles and be able to fall back without being traded. So always fun if you're a CT and you get to do things like that to kickstart rounds. You see a Dren trying to peek over the smoke at Ivy, but isn't able to catch Sean Garris jumping across. So things are kind of, stabilizing and slowing down a bit since that initial pick, as C9 looking to see if they can't get some more gun rounds together and like I said, try to work to tie this thing up. Liquid on a mission to be able to find more than the 2 gun rounds that C9 could find to try to close this game. So far at 0 right now.
Liquid is going to be back onto this buy, though. They have AKs and head armor and a bunch of utility at the moment. So Nitro already down, out of the way. No op coming out in the hands of Liquid right now, but they are going against the op of Skadoodle, which in first half was operating very, very well. I mean, he's the top fragger right now for his team, quickly followed by Sean Garris, who's been picking up quite a few multi-kill rounds here. And now Fugly goes down to nothing, spraying down underneath Hell. Or what used to be Hell anyway. She's trying to spray in that direction.
How about that?
And Dren goes down also. So now it's all up to Elige. Oh my goodness, nothing ran out of ammo there. Elige punishes him for it. That will make the score 13-9. Cloud9 is battling back quite a bit here at CTs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's what they needed to do. Like, who could get the most gun rounds on T-side trinket? That's where it's going to get difficult. Both teams got their T-side pistol in the 2-round follow-up for the 3-0, but what does that amount to later when it comes to actual gun rounds? You know, that's where it gets difficult. And C9 were only able to find 2 throughout their entire half. Liquid so far still on a mission to find their first one, as Cloud9, as we were talking about, definitely have every capability to come back on a map like this. Kind of similar to Inferno. You know, you get those few rounds on T side. Sometimes that's enough if you can have your big CT side. And that seems to be what this map's amounting up to in general in league play. But in this particular game, it's the exact same story. It looks like Liquid going to try to just Tech 9 muscle their way through the inner bomb site and hope for a bomb plant.
Looks like they're going to try and walk their way down the ramp, possibly. They're going to get the smokes down, but Shroud is right there waiting, able to pick up 1, 2, and a third. Pulls the pistol out, still trying to defend. Fugly will finally take him down. Bomb down at the bomb site. Deagle comes out from Skadoodle, hits Flowsick, and there's Freakazoid coming in to help his buddy Skadoodle out and take down Fugly. So that round completely shut down by Cloud9 as we hit round 24, scores 13-10 in favor of Team Liquid.
Yeah, we are pausing again, I guess. Same as always, but it's unpaused pretty quickly this time around, so that's good. As C9 just working on these gun rounds yet again. Skadoodle is going to have the op in his hands pretty firmly at this point, and Liquid not going to have one, actually. It's going to be on a 5-rifle setup here, and in the last game, they definitely had a lot of powerful enter hits. That seems to be their trend this game as well. And they've had some, bomb plants in their favor, but they have been unable to hold off the retake so far. So we'll see if that trend holds or if they can actually get themselves just a solid, secure B round and actually put a point on the board.
Now we have look at nothing. So aggressive here. He should be heard. And Fugly can't make the shot happen, though. Looks right out at him. Doesn't matter. Nothing did have a teammate right there with him to be able to trade that frag out if it did happen. That was Freakazoid right there with him. Nothing gets punished a little bit, though. Goes down to 12 HP to make the frag happen. And Liquid looking a little flustered so far now. Now that the full gun rounds have started going here. Cloud9 looking very good, and they have that early one-man advantage again. So Cloud9 getting the opening frags here, forcing it into 5-on-4s and able to capitalize on it after that.
Yeah, and they hide nothing over at Ivy here because he has that low HP, and they kind of put Sean and Freakazoid in the more upfront dangerous position. So good rotation there to get the weak player out of the way. And Freak actually managed to get a kill on Nitro, trying to kind of on the ladder room with the incendiary, so that's big. But C9 continue to try to press this outer yard here. They have a 3-on-5, and so far not finding any openings. Nice. I assume he did. The server told me so.
Oh, Velocic, though, is going to come around the side, able to get 2. Can he make it a third? Almost made that happen, but he will be 1v3. He's going to be running out of time here, down to about 14 seconds now. Bomb down out in the open. We got nothing. Going to shoulder peek out a little bit from the back lanes. Flowsick fakes the plants out. He's got somebody wrapping around from Ivy. Takes him down. Looks up top. That's going to be Shroud, who jumps up on the bomb train. Eventually gets the frag. And that will make it 13-11 in favor of Team Liquid. And their lead is all but vanished now.
Yeah, to see not just a couple of rounds away from being able to tie this thing up. And Liquid do have enough money to put together some type of buy next round for sure. Whether or not they're going to have an op or not is up to question. If somebody has to drop and they want to make sure they have enough money to get, armor and nades, they may just go for a 5-rifle setup. Dren is definitely the type of in-game leader and opera that is not afraid to pick up a rifle and not make one of his players sacrifice for him to be able to have the op. So it's most likely they go for a 5-rifle setup in a situation like this. Sean now has the auto sniper out to play, and that the first round you see that, first of all, is like you're just completely caught off guard, and it can be very devastating on a map like this. The more scopes, the better. I see some teams even running 3 snipers on this, 2 ops and 1 auto sniper or something like that. It can be very effective down these long corridors. So I think Liquid's in for a big surprise with the 5-rifle setup to meet 2 different scoped weapons this round. This could definitely, catch them completely off guard.
So, looked like we might have been into an issue with Freakazoid, but his ping calmed down really fast there, and it's always... I'm not seeing it during the round. It's as soon as we get into freeze time, his ping just absolutely freaks out, which is interesting, which leads me to believe it's not so much of a DDoS and more of some kind of just outright net issue. But who knows? Hopefully, we can get through these next couple of maps, or however many maps we have left, at least one more. And round 25 underway here. Liquid trying to get something going back in their favor. They're going to throw some smokes, some Molotovs. They're going to come out. They're going to try and work their way into this A-bomb site again. Good smokes and flashes, though. And they're still getting shut down, though. Elige gets burned up right there. The bomb hasn't even made it down the ramp yet. Nitro is going to work his way through the smoke. Good counter smokes and flashes coming out here from Cloud9. And Shroud is able to hit the spray there. He's going to get back up on the ladder. He knows that Nitro is out in the open, and all of the CTs have rotated in that direction. All but one as Skadoodle hits another option right there. Good one into the round. Trying to get a third, misses that one. Can't quite collect the frag. On to Flosik, who's still up gun battling there. Two terrorists, both alive, both down the ramp, and here comes Freakazoid coming in for the cleanup frags. That will make it 13-12, and Team Liquid's lead has shrunk all the way down to 1 round.
I mean, you can tell that Liquid's worked on some things. I mean, they definitely have some set smokes they throw from the halls into the inner bomb site, typically blocking off, the sidewalk so that a player on Pop Dog or trying to rotate Z can't immediately spot people coming out the lower ramp. And they even have some smokes that go deeper towards Z and block some of the other lanes in the inner bomb site as well. But players can just get on top of trains and look over those, and they become ineffective at that point. And C9's just been really good about making those smokes not matter, so to speak, and being able to get up and still get some good peeks and get some kills. And at that point, it comes down to aim battles, and Nitro just losing at that time, the Shroud over on the lower ramp. So it's going to be another save for Liquid. They're trying to pour into the outer bomb site this time, but so far getting held off quite easily by these scoped weapons.
Yeah, just completely shut down outside once again. Cloud9 will tie the game up 13-13, and Liquid looking very good in first half. Not able to close this out. They've only got 3 rounds in second half. And, man, Cloud9 on an absolute burner here. 3, 6, 7, 8 rounds in a row in their favor to tie this thing up.
Yep, I mean, Adren's finally going to have his op back, but like we talked about time and time again, who could just get that handful of gun rounds on the T side? And so far, Cloud9 got 2. Liquid still have yet to find one. They got the pistol the following 2, and since then, they've been, silenced by Cloud9. Once again, Shroud playing aggressive here at the upper side of Inner. It worked out well for him last time. This time he gets nade. It takes a lot of heat. It's kind of forced to fall back. Also, Skadoodle took some damage as well, so some good early damage here from Liquid this time around towards the Inner.
So Shroud down to 56 HP. Skadoodle down to 32, so this might help out a ton. Adren is just going to try and stare that smoke down, see if anybody's going to hit that seam, but it's not going to work out in their favor. Yeah, he might catch Sean Garris right here. Can he get the... No.
Sean spotted that, I would think.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, that Molotov, yeah, he definitely spotted that. So luckily,
knows not to repeat that mess.
No, he was not going to try and go for that again. Luckily, he didn't try and go for that again. Otherwise, that finally would have been an opener there for Team Liquid, which is probably the exact thing they need. They just need an opener into one of these rounds to really run with this. They haven't been able to get an opener yet. I mean, it's just all Cloud9.
Yeah, now they're kind of falling back, and they're trying to send Adren back to T-Con since he couldn't find the pick. Ivy, Shroud holding the Inner, and we already have 3 displaying far back in the Ivy. And this is where Flosik could actually slip in and maybe flank somebody and catch someone off guard. And he does, and all of a sudden Liquid have the outer bomb site, it seems like.
And they're still going to be working here. They're going to get the bomb planted, though. Nitro is going to go down to Shroud, who gets aggressive. What? Shroud is able to turn that around and get Fugly, too. Got the drop on him. Oh, Adren peeks the angle. Skadoodle takes him down. 1-to-1, or 1v1 clutch, I should say, for Skadoodle there to make that happen. And yeah, Shroud getting 3 that round with a great play to get those last 2 frags.
That was the difference maker, was that play from Shroud. I mean, Liquid actually had a pretty decisive outer take. They had Flosik flanking through Ivy. A lot of players were being distracted by the brunt of that attack through the yard, and so they just combined for a lot of frags. Nitro chimed in. Like I said, Flosik's flank was big, and then all of a sudden you have Shroud just rotate into the outer bomb site and pick up 3 really quick frags, and then all of a sudden it's a 2v1 in their favor. Adren has to make a miracle happen. He gets 1, but he couldn't find Skadoodle, and all of a sudden C9 just continue to put these rounds together. They are now, what is that, 9 in a row, 10 in a row? I think it's 9 in a row. Still have not allowed Liquid to win a gun round yet.
Yeah, they're holding it down. They're doing what they need to. They're making the comeback happen, and for a little bit there, especially after we ended up making that go up to Team Liquid only getting those 3 rounds initially, and then just getting halted after that. I mean, it was looking like Team Liquid was going to run away, especially that first gun round was
Right.
really close. Liquid almost had that gun round, came down to a very close ending. I think it ended up being like a 1 versus 1 at the end of it. But ever since then, really,
I remember.
Cloud's been rolling.
Yeah, I remember the second round. It was a 1v1 between Sean and Fugly, and Fugly won that 1v1 and kept like the 3-round streak going for Liquid. But
Yeah,
I mean, some of these rounds have come decently close, but yeah, Liquid just never able to come out on the better end of it. And Cloud9, like I said, 9 rounds in a row ever since the rifles came out. They have been unstoppable for the most part. I mean, Liquid's had some executions and some bomb plants, but they've yet to close one out. And that's basically kind of what we expected when we talked about it. You know, we were kind of unsure why Cloud9 picked this map. It didn't seem like a map where they had a crazy clear advantage. Yet it was going to come down to who could get some T rounds going. And both teams, like I said, got their 3 from pistol, but Liquid not able to find any gun rounds yet.
And the pause is now over. Cloud9 has officially taken the lead here from Team Liquid. It's going to be a full buy coming out for both teams, though. Liquid would love to tie this up, and they really need to get something going here on gun rounds against Cloud9. If Cloud9 gets this one, I mean, Liquid's on maximum loss bonus, so it's going to be a buyout no matter what. But it's not going to be a very healthy one coming from Liquid if they can't win this round.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big round here. This is all of a sudden Cloud9 going to map point in a situation where Liquid at one point had a 13-5 lead, and now they have let it slip completely. The C9 back, Shroud holding down inner quite well solo. That was 2 big kills, but look at Fugly slipping through. He has a chance for something big here, and he does find Skadoodle, so it does count down to another close round and a 3-on-3.
Oh, he's also able to get free, so he's got to turn around. Nitro helps him out with nothing, and it's all up to Sean Garris now. He's going to be on the rotate from behind here, trying to make his way from the White Halls up out of the ladder, down the B ramp. He's going to be trying to work in that direction. Yeah, he's coming down ramp. Adren's got his back turned. Adren now looks back. See Sean Garris ends up taking him down, and just like that, Liquid is finally back on the board after, what was that, 9 unanswered rounds from Cloud9. They get up on the board, get themselves a round win, tie the game up at 14-14. But I mean, Cloud9's been winning these rounds relatively uncontested, so their economy is relatively stacked right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, they've won 9 rounds in a row, and they've been able to build up quite the economy. So you're absolutely right there. That round, it was an even exchange. It all came down to Fugly, you know, making a really key play. He caught Skadoodle, the Opper, and he caught another frag as well. And Nitro kind of bailed him out of a situation that helped get a big kill and also get him out of harm's way. And that was another really big play there from Liquid to close out that round, that really tight 3-on-3. Now they come into another gun round, and once again, just pretty spread out, just looking for aggression, not really committed to anything just yet. And looks like they might want to split outer again. 2 from T-Con, 2 from ladder. Maybe Flowstick coming late on the flank Ivy again. Scooter will be able to rotate with that op at Z, but if he gets smoked off, I mean, it could just come down to whether or not Sean Nothing and Freak can hold this outer bomb site, and there's no more auto sniper on Sean Garris, so that takes away one of his big tools. So we'll see what he can do with the rifle here. So far this game, he's been not too bad, so we'll see what happens.
Into round 29, we are going down to the final round of regulation in this game. No matter what here, it's going to be either a tied game, we go to overtime on map number 1, or it's going to be a 16-14 victory for one of these teams. Team Liquid would love to make that happen, but Cloud9 battling back. Adren able to open it up. Finally, Freakazoid will answer, though. Skadoodle goes down, too. Nitro is pushing his way up. Can he get nothing? He will. He's got more CTs in his face, but luckily, Fugly takes down Freakazoid, and it's all up to Shroud here. He's 1v3. They know he was in the connector. He's going to work his way out of Z. Sees Flowstick, takes Flowstick down. Can he keep this going here? Able to get quite a bit of damage off, but he's got 2 terrorists in front of him. They need to push him together if they're going to go for it, and they do push him together. That is going to be Adren trying to go up over the bomb train. Fugly coming around from behind, and Team Liquid has guaranteed themselves at least overtime now.
Yeah, so after losing 9 rounds in a row and making it look like C9 might make the epic comeback victory, they have now found 2 rounds in a row for themselves and pushed this to map point in their own favor. So this is a crazy turn of events here in just these last couple of rounds. It's going to be up to C9 to see if they can't just fit in one more before it's to OT, or will Liquid have that slightly better T side, find that 1 extra gun round that C9 could not find, and use that to win this first map as we head into map 2. Which is going to be Overpass. Of course, Cash will be the 3rd map if we need it. So let's see what happens here. This could all end in regulation, the closest margin of victory possible, or we may see an overtime for at least the first time that we've been casting. I think there might have been an earlier overtime between Luminosity and Method, but this will be the first one that we've casted since the semifinals.
So it's going to be a complete buyout here coming from Cloud9. And they desperately want to try and make this a 15-15 half, end up forcing this into some overtime situations. But Liquid trying to hold on here. They have some momentum going in their favor. They want to keep it going. They want to get out of map number 1 completely unscathed. Or, well, I shouldn't say completely unscathed because it's going to be a 16-14 victory if they can win in regulation. But Cloud9 still trying to hold on here. That'd be a lot of momentum in Team Liquid's favor in the ESWC MSI North American qualifiers to find out who's going to be the team representing the USA at the ESEA or at the ESWC in Montreal. My goodness, Nitro is able to take down Freakazoid. That's a good opener there. I'm unbelievably hot right now.
You're a traitor.
Nothing is able to get one of his own. They actually make that a secondary one. He's got a terrorist right in front of his face. Can he take down a Dread? Gets him, but he's quickly traded out by Flowsick. He grabs 2. It's all up to Sean, and Sean can't make the shot happen.
What a play from
Flowsick hits him in the face. That's a 16-14 victory for Team Liquid, and the comeback was almost real for C9.
Yeah, I mean, they were down 13-5, brought it all the way back to where they had a 1-round lead at 14-13. Then Liquid wins the last 3 rounds from T side on some cool outer splits from Ladder, T-Con, and Ivy. Just being able to crush that outer bomb side, finally getting the better of players like, Nothing Freak and Sean, and forcing Shroud to some tough situations on his rotations from the inner bomb site, and they put it away. They found that 1 round on the rifle rounds. Like, they got 3 rifle rounds on T side, 1 more than C9 could accomplish, and that was the difference. Was just that one small, smidgen of difference between who could get more rounds on T side gun rounds. But without further ado, we know we've been talking about this graphics card we want to give away, and we're definitely still going to be doing that. So basically